While the previous documentary miniseries titled Monster focused on the monster that was Jeffery Dahmer, Netflix's new drama series Monsters focuses on the Menendez brothers Lyle and Erik, who were convicted of the brutal murders that took place in 1989 for viciously slaying their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion. While we may never know what parts of the series are factual or not, regardless, Netflix hit it completely out of the park with their new installment to the Monsters series. That is why in this video I'll be discussing why Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story, is a masterpiece. Before we get started, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications on all upcoming film and television videos, as new content is coming every week. Throughout the 9 episodes, we follow the Menendez family, from of course the two brothers Lyle and Erik, who the series gravitates its focus on, to the two parents of Jose and Kitty Menendez. And with these characters, we are given an inside look at the portrayal of what it was like growing up a Menendez, as we are shown countless of shocking stories and incidents throughout the 9 fantastic episodes. For starters, the series grabs you in the first episode thanks to Erik Menendez retelling the night he and his brother Lyle brutally murdered their parents to his therapist, Dr. Oziel, as Erik walks us through everything that took place on that frightful night, from the brothers' initial reason and plan why they murdered their parents, their supposed alibi, where they hid the evidence, and where they bought the guns. The gruesome scene of the two brothers killing their parents is really the series' most difficult scene to watch, as it places us in the living room on that awful night, showing us graphic close-ups and jump cuts of the brothers blasting their parents' heads off with shotguns. As the series continues, we are shown multiple reasons why the series is a masterpiece. And for starters, this begins with the series' acting and casting. While all the characters in the series do a phenomenal job at portraying the narrative that took place leading up to and surrounding the murder trials, it's the characters of Erik and Lyle who captivate us every time they're on screen, and they completely steal the show. And while the series is called Monsters, Erik and Lyle's performances in the series make us develop a sympathetic and emotional attachment towards the two, despite the two brothers admitting to killing their parents. In a nutshell, the two are sociopaths and anti-heroes. Lyle Menendez, played by Nicholas Alexander Chavez, and Erik Menendez, played by Cooper Koch, do a phenomenal job throughout the 9 episodes, bringing these characters and their stories to life. Erik is the weaker and more fragile brother, while Lyle is loud, boisterous, masculine, and more in control throughout the 9 episodes of the brothers' relationship as they bounce around in and out of jail. Koch and Chavez make the brothers become so dynamic, interesting, and mysterious characters throughout their venture, as over the 9 riveting episodes, the two grow and we are eventually shown the true monsters that they've become, especially Lyle. As the character of Lyle brings true meaning to the word sociopath and also monster, as throughout the series, you don't know whether to believe Lyle or to think he's an evil, narcissistic liar. And I feel that's something that the series struggles with, is whether to believe any of the narratives that take place throughout the series, as the only two people who know the real truth are dead in Jose and Kitty Menendez, and Lyle and Erik are in jail for life. As this cloud of whether what we're watching on screen is true or not hangs over the viewer throughout the series. Monster, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story, is basically Ryan Murphy's portrayal, and when comparing the facts about the crime and the trial itself, there's a lot the series got right. Also, the series basically places you as an additional juror to make up your own mind to decide whether the two boys are innocent or not, as throughout the series you constantly sway back and forth on whether or not to believe the boys and their wild stories. However, despite this, the series does a great job at distracting us from this notion, as outside of this and a few other moments throughout the series itself is flawless. As another reason why the series is a masterpiece is how real the series feels. It puts us right into 1989 in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, from the costume and set design that features Erik and Lyle's preppy schoolboy attire that has the two boys dressed in Ralph Lauren from head to toe, to the amazing yet catchy soundtrack that features the then popular Milli Vanilli that features songs that resonate with the boys and their strong relationship, to to even the set design that mimics the actual Menendez home, the trial, and what the real-life brothers wore during the trial, and the look of all the characters to a T. It's really something that enhances the series above and beyond. The sense of realism that the series showcases throughout the 9 episodes thanks to its costume and set design are breathtaking, as when comparing actual photos or moments from the real-life Menendez home to the brothers themselves, their trial, and everyone involved in the aftermath of the murders, the film crew did a fantastic job at bringing this family to life. To go along with this, the writing that we see throughout the series is brilliant as well. From making Lyle out to be this obnoxious and rude older brother, to having Erik be the more shallow and hidden brother thanks to their lines of dialogue, or even the dominating character of Jose Menendez, played brilliantly by Javier Bardem, as he's constantly asserting his dominance no matter where he is throughout the series. The writing feels so organic and natural, it almost makes us feel as if we're just watching a real-life version of the family's life. The series does a great job at bringing emotion into the narrative surrounding the brothers, as by the series' ending, we watch the brothers go their separate ways, making us feel sympathetic towards the very 2 people who murdered their parents. While there are some moments throughout the series that make you lose interest, the series isn't as fast-paced or haunting as the Dahmer series was, but still does a great job at portraying what evidently happened on that frightful night. However, it's the trial episodes where the series takes on a new life, as the performances from Lyle and Erik take off, as it's these trial scenes that display utter emotion that has been trapped inside Lyle and Erik for their entire life, as a result of growing up a Menendez. In conclusion, Monster, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story, is purely fascinating. From the acting, the costume, and set design to the writing, it's all something that has been done so well in the 9 short episodes, making Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story yet another Netflix masterpiece. What are your thoughts about the series? I would love to hear them down in the comment section below. For more film and television analysis, keep it locked here, right here on this channel.